Hi guys, this is Karthik Arora. In this video, I'll be discussing the problem tree distances 2, and this is very much similar to the previous problem tree distance 1, but I honestly feel this problem is easier compared to the previous one, and if you had doubts in that one, viewing this will help you. Yeah. So let's get started. The problem asks us to find that given a tree, you would like to find what is the sum of the distances from a particular node to every other node of the tree, and you would like to find this quantity for all the nodes. I'll just give you an example, it will become more clear. So we are given this particular tree, just the same tree as given in every other example also. Let's evaluate the answer for node number 1. So I will look at the distances of node number 1 to every other node. From node number 1 to the distance to node number 2 is 1. The distance to node number 3 is also 1. The distance from node 1 to 4 is 2. From 1 to 5 it is also 2. This thing turns out to be 6. Right. So the answer for node number 1 is 6 as shown here in the output. Let's evaluate for one more node, maybe node number 4. So from 4, the distance to 3 is 1, the distance to 5 is 2, to 1 is 2, and the distance from 4 to 2 is 3. This sum will become 8. That is the answer. So you would like to evaluate this thing for every node, and the time complexity should be n log n or big O of n. Doing this in n square is pretty easy. You can simply do a brute force by breadth first search solution and you will have the answer. But we will use a DP on tree solution. So this kind of solutions usually use a rerouting technique. The in tree distance one, the technique that I described was a rerouting technique. This problem will also use a similar kind of DP on tree approach. So let's get started. So I'm going to focus on evaluating the answer for the root, and I'll assume arbitrarily root my tree at node number 1. So this is the root of my tree, and I'll have some kind of tree data structure here. I will first of all try to evaluate the answer for node number 1, and then we'll see how we can evaluate the answers for all the other nodes. So the answer for node 1. Answer for node number 1 is the sum of the distances of node 1 to all the other nodes. Sum of distance from node 1 to I for all I. Okay. This is answer of 1. And I would like to evaluate this thing. Let's see how we can break down our problem into smaller sub problems and solve and basically apply DP to this thing. So I will think, okay, what if I knew the answer for the child nodes of node number 1? So let's say I knew the answer for C1, answer for C2 and answer for C3. Not answer, I knew what is the answer for C1 if I am trying to evaluate, assuming that this is the entire subtree here. Okay, so let me define one more thing here. This is the first thing. Let me define one more thing. So let's define subtree answer. Subtree. So subtree answer at I will be what is the answer for node I, assuming that my entire tree was the subtree rooted at node number I. So subtree answer of C1 would mean the answer for C1 if I assume that my entire tree was this particular region. Similarly, subtree answer for C2 will be the answer for node C2, that is the sum of the distances of C2 and every other node, assuming that this thing was my entire tree. Similarly, subtree answer of C3. Let's assume that I define this thing and I will try to use this to evaluate answer 1. Or first of all, let's just focus on evaluating subtree answers only, because subtree answer of 1 is going to be answer of 1, given that subtree answer of 1 would mean that you are evaluating the answer of 1 assuming that this is the entire tree, okay, and answer 1 actually means the same thing. So subtree answer of 1 is going to be the answer of 1. Let's see how we can evaluate the subtree answers of all the nodes. I'll write SBT subtree SBTR answer, okay, and SBTR answer for you. We will try to evaluate this particular thing. So SB answer of U, subtree answer of U means the sum of the distances of every node from node U, assuming that my entire tree is the is the subtree rooted at node number U. So if you had some parent P, I don't care about the rest of the tree. Like I detach this tree here, this subtree, and I will evaluate subtree answer of U. So answer of U, assuming this is the only tree I have. Okay. So let's see how we can evaluate that. So I'll be having these child nodes of U, C1, C2, and so on till Ck. So this is a general technique which you can use to build up your DP solutions, making a kind of tree like this. Now let's see how we can evaluate the subtree answer of U. So assume that I knew the I already know the subtree answer of C1, I know the subtree answer of C2, and so on till I also know the subtree answer of Ck. Let's assume we already know those answers, right? Then can I use these answers to evaluate the subtree answer of U? Let's see if we can or cannot. So the subtree answer of C1 is going to be the sum of the distances of all the nodes from C1, and considering the only those nodes that are in the subtree rooted C1. So this thing is going to contain, for example, if this is the tree, this particular node is at a distance of 1 from C1. This node, so the subtree answer of C1 is going to be 1 plus. This particular node is also at a distance 1. This is at a distance of 2. This is at a distance of 3. So subtree answer of C1 is going to be 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. Now, if I evaluate the distances of all these nodes from U, also 0, because the distance from C1 to C1 itself is 0. Now let's see what are the distances of U to all these nodes, right? The distance of U from U to C1 is 1. The distance of U to this node is 2. The distance of U to this node is 2. To this node, the distance from U to this node is 3. And here it is again 1, 2, and 3. I guess I have written this thing incorrectly. This has to be 2. From C1, the distance of this node is 2. Yeah, I've written this incorrectly. Yeah. So the thing you can notice here that all the nodes that were at a distance of x from C1, those nodes are at a distance of x plus 1 from U. And this is very obvious because the distance from C1 to the nodes remains x. The only difference is that now going from U to that node, first you have to travel this particular edge, and that is why 1 is getting added. So for all these nodes, if I knew the subtree answer of C1, I could simply add 1 for every node in my overall answer, and I will have the sum of the distances from U to all these nodes, right? I could simply take the answer for subtree answer C1, then add 1 for every node, right? For this, I would also need to note the number of nodes in this particular subtree. So I will, let's say that the number of nodes in this particular subtree is nodes at C1. So nodes in the subtree rooted at node C1. So I'll just say nodes C1. right? So with this much intuition, I'll be writing the recurrence, although I recommend you guys to pause and write it on your own. So subtree answer for you is going to be the subtree answer for the child node Ci, this node, and for every node you add 1, right? So if there are 5 nodes in this particular subtree, the subtree answer is going to be 5 plus whatever was the subtree answer for this node. So the number of nodes in Ci. And for every child node that you has, you add this particular quantity from I goes from 1 till k, and that is your recurrence. Now we know a way how to evaluate the subtree answers for every node. For a leaf node, subtree answer is simply going to be 0 because there is no edge and there is no other node other than the node itself. Since I'm looking at the subtree rooted at this particular leaf node, so there is no other node, right? So for a leaf node, my answer is going to be 0. So we now know a way to evaluate subtree answers in big O of n, given that I know the number of nodes in every subtree. This can also be evaluated in big O of n easily. Okay. Now I will move on to evaluate the actual answers. So we know that answer of 1, the actual answer of 1 is going to be the same as the subtree answer for 1. Why? Because the subtree rooted at node number 1 is the same as the entire tree. So answer of 1 is same as subtree of answer 1, right? So this is cool. Now let's do the rerouting step. So I have just evaluated the answer for node number 1. Now I would like to evaluate the answer for one of the child nodes of node number 1, maybe Ci. Okay, so I already know the answer for node number 1. No, the answer for node number 1 includes all the sum of the distances from node number 1 to every other node. Those nodes will be in the subtree or rooted at Ci, and they will be somewhere else also. Now what I will do is, for Ci, I already know what is the subtree answer of Ci. I already know this thing. And this will give me the sum of the distances of every node from Ci to every other node that so that the node lies in this particular subtree. If I knew the answer of 1, with the exception of the sum of the distances from 1 to all these nodes, I could take the sum of the distances from 1 to every other node, so that x is not in this particular subtree, and from Ci I can go one step to node number 1, and then I can go to every other node that 1 can go to, right? So again I'm going to define the partial answer. Yeah, let me just define the partial answer of 1, partial answer of node number 1 with respect to the child node Ci. So partial answer of node number 1 with respect to Ci is the sum of the distances of all the nodes from node number 1 other than the nodes that belong to the subtree rooted at node number Ci. So if I knew this quantity, I could simply use this to evaluate my overall answer for Ci. But let's see how I can evaluate this thing first. So I would like to evaluate the partial answer for node number 1 with respect to Ci. Okay, so this is going to be sum of the distances of all the nodes from node number 1 to every other node in the tree, every other node x in the tree, so that x does not belong to the subtree rooted at Ci. This is going to be partial 1 of Ci. And how can I simply evaluate this? This is going to be nothing but the answer of 1. I already know the answer of 1. From that I can subtract the contribution given by this subtree, and that is going to be the partial of 1 with respect to Ci. And how do I subtract the contribution given by this thing? The contribution given by this node was to answer of 1 was the subtree answer of Ci, and for every other node I added 1, so number of nodes in Ci. I can subtract this particular thing and I will know the partial answer. Then I can pass the partial answer to node Ci, and Ci will be able to evaluate its answer like this. It's going to know that its answer is the subtree answer of Ci, and from Ci I could go one step up, and again I could follow every other edge, right, as followed by 1. So the partial answer of 1 with respect to Ci I can follow after that. So for every node from 1, now the distance from Ci to all those nodes will be plus 1, right? So if I knew the number of nodes in this particular region, I could simply add that to the partial answer of 1 with respect to Ci, and that is going to do the trick. So subtree answer of Ci will take care of all the nodes belonging to the subtree rooted at Ci, and I will add partial answer of node number 1 with respect to Ci. But for every node in this particular region, I will still need to add one more for every node. And how many nodes are in this region? The total number of nodes minus the number of nodes in the subtree. So I can add plus total nodes minus nodes in the subtree Ci. So that's it. That is the answer for Ci. And this way you can simply keep propagating the partial answers of the parents with respect to the child nodes and keep calculating your answers of Ci. This is kind of rerouting. So this is basically evaluating the answer of Ci if Ci was the root of the entire tree. That is the actual idea, and that is why it is known as the rerouting technique. Okay, and you can clearly see we can implement this thing in ON. Now I'll be showing you my code, and I'll also be adding the code in the description. Yeah, this particular wrong answer was there because I took integers instead of longs, but the sum of the distances will easily reach long limits. Okay. Yeah, so you can see that the subtree answers are evaluated in this array. The subtree sizes is the number of nodes in the subtree rooted at node number I, and answer of I will be the final answer, the final required value for I. In this pre-processing, first of all, I'm going to evaluate the subtree answers and the subtree sizes. This is a very simple code. You can go through it. Simply for a node SRC, I will call every child node of SRC and evaluate the subtree answer for the child nodes and the subtree sizes of the child nodes. And then the subtree number of nodes in the subtree rooted SRC is going to be the sum of all the subtree sizes of every child node, right? Plus 1 for SRC itself. And answer for the subtree rooted SRC is going to be sum of the subtree answers for all the child nodes plus their subtree sizes, right? Subtree answers and subtree sizes as we discussed in the recurrence. So this pre-processing step will evaluate this thing and this thing. Now we are only left to evaluate the answer. Let's see how we can evaluate the answer. So answer at SRC, here SRC is the source node that I want to evaluate currently, or the root of the tree that I'm assuming SRC to be the root of the tree. PAR represents the parent of the node SRC. Parent answer represents the partial answer of the parent with respect to SRC. And this is the total number of nodes in the tree. That's it. Answer of SRC is the same as we discussed in the recurrence. Subtree answer of SRC plus the partial answer of the parent plus total number of nodes minus subtree answer of the source. Subtree size of the source, right? As discussed in the recurrence. Then simply propagate the partial answer for SRC to all of its children so that the child nodes can evaluate their answers. Here the only thing of interest is this particular statement, the partial answer of SRC with respect to the child, and this also I've already discussed, right? Finally I've printed the answers here, and that's it. So guys, I hope the video was helpful to you. If you liked it, do like, share and subscribe.